Hello viewers, welcome to Newsweek South Asia, a show where we will provide you fresh insights into South Asia's geopolitical, strategic and security situation. Let's take a look at the headlines first. India marks 5th anniversary of Pulwama attack. Electoral disarray and coalition conundrum deepen crisis in Pakistan. And Jammu and Kashmir police nabbed terrorists responsible for Srinagar targeted killings. India has been a victim of terrorism for several decades, which is sponsored from across the border. New Delhi has consistently highlighted the issue of terrorism in international forums and has called for united action against countries that sponsor and support terrorism. Recently, the country marked the 5th anniversary of the terror attack on Indian soldiers in the Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi solemnly paid homage to the fallen heroes, echoing the sentiments of a grieving nation. However, Pulwama is not an isolated incident. It joins a grim narrative of terror inflicted upon India by Pakistan-based forces. Let's delve into the details in our report.
A convoy of 78 vehicles carrying over 2,500 CRPF personnel was moving along the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama district. The CRPF Jawans were going to rejoin their duties after returning from their leaves. At approximately 3:30 p.m., an explosives-laden SUV rammed into that convoy, resulting in the deaths of dozens of soldiers. Ultimately, 40 Jawans lost their lives and over 35 sustained injuries in what became one of the most heinous terror attacks in history. Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed claimed responsibility of the attack. The attack shook the nation's core in its entirety and serves as a reminder of the supreme sacrifice made by Indian soldiers. On the 5th anniversary of the Pulwama attack, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, taking to X, said, "I pay homage to the brave soldiers who were martyred in Pulwama. Their service and sacrifice for our nation will always be remembered." Citizens from all corners of the country paid their respects to the security personnel who fell victim to this brutal attack. The CRPF, along with other security forces, also honored the martyrs.
5वीं वर्षगांठ है पुलवामा हमले की, जिसमें हमारे 5 जाबाज जवान शहीद हो गए थे। उसको हम हर साल श्रद्धांजलि दे करके, आज जैसा आप देख रहे हैं, इस तरह श्रद्धांजलि दे करके उनको याद करते हैं और उनको ये बताना, उनको परिवार को ये भी बताना है कि सीआरपीएफ का पूरा जो परिवार है वो उनके साथ में खड़ा हुआ है और हमेशा उनके लिए किसी भी चीज की आवश्यकता होती है तो सीआरपीएफ हमेशा तत्पर रहती है और वो उनके लिए तैयार रहती है। और ये बलिदान 76 बटालियन की ही गाड़ी थी और 76 बटालियन के ही जवान थे, तो हमारे लिए तो बहुत ही एक दुखद का क्षण है और उनको हम श्रद्धांजलि देकर के उनको याद करते हैं और इस तरह उनको हर साल श्रद्धांजलि देते हैं।
The Pulwama attack stands as one among a series of assaults orchestrated by Pakistan on Indian soil. India has consistently been the target of terrorism sponsored, shielded and nurtured by Pakistan. Forces centered in Islamabad have been proven to back terrorism, attacking numerous cities in India and taking hundreds of innocent lives in the process. Be it the Bombay blasts of 1993, the armed attack on India's Parliament House in 2001, the Delhi bomb blast of 2005, the Pathankot attacks of 2016, or the 26/11 attacks on India's financial capital, Mumbai in 2008. Recently, Israeli Minister Miri Regev, during her visit to India, paid tribute to the victim of 26/11 terror attacks at Mumbai's Nariman House. On November 26, 2008, India witnessed one of the deadliest terror attacks. The coordinated assaults were perpetrated by 10 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists who sailed from the Pakistani port city of Karachi to Mumbai. The harrowing attack endured for over 3 days before Indian forces neutralized 9 of the terrorists. The 26/11 attacks claimed 166 lives, including those of foreign nationals, while around 300 individuals were left wounded. Among the locations targeted by the terrorists was the Nariman House, also known as the Chabad House in Mumbai, where 4 Israeli citizens lost their lives. Addressing media persons after presiding over the sombre wreath-laying ceremony, the minister claimed that 26/11 claimed innocent civilian lives regardless of their religion.
שכל כך הרבה קורבנות נרצחו בו, קורבנות שהם אינדים, מוסלמים, נוצרים וגם 6 יהודים שנרצחו כאן בבית חב"ד. אני לא מופתעת שהאנדרטה כאן בבית חב"ד מייצגת בעצם את כל הקורבנות של מי שנרצח במומביי, גם המוסלמים, גם האינדים, גם היהודים וגם הנוצרים.
In recent years, acts of terror have transcended borders, leaving communities shattered and instilling fears in the hearts of people from different corners of the world. The world is grappling with the damaging and destabilizing effect of terrorism. New Delhi has been engaging with everybody around the world in order to curb the menace of terrorism. It has urged everybody to be on the same page when it comes to combating this global enemy.
In the midst of Pakistan's tumultuous political environment, the country is mired in an economic crisis and confronted with a surge in militant activity, intensifying apprehensions regarding its stability. In the aftermath of February 8 election, dissatisfaction resonates throughout the Islamic Republic as various political parties and candidates denounce the outcomes. The looming spectre of political instability and disorder poses a significant risk of pushing the nation to the precipice, overshadowing the trajectory of democracy and leaving Pakistan teetering on the brink of uncertainty.
Amid Pakistan's turbulent political landscape, the nation finds itself entrenched in an economic quagmire while grappling with a surge in militant activity, deepening concerns about its stability. Following the February 8th election, discontentment reverberates across the Islamic Republic as numerous political parties and candidates decry the results. The voting process itself was marred by disruptions, including a mobile internet shutdown on election day and unusually prolonged result announcements. Allegations of rigging have surfaced, drawing scrutiny from both domestic rights groups and foreign observers. In a display of dissent, supporters of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party took to the streets, blocking traffic in the northern city of Peshawar. Despite the mounting pressure, caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kaka vehemently refutes claims of electoral manipulation, asserting the independence of the Election Commission and dismissing calls for investigations into irregularities.
They framed their initial assessment on the social media and digital space fractured information, fabricated information, and responsible government should wait and filter, take their time, and then have a position that would have been better. Having said this, if we have to investigate, if we have to inquire, we will not do on the demand of either United States or United Kingdom or EU. We have got our own procedures. We are a sovereign country. We have got our own laws.
Meanwhile, Pakistan's two largest political parties have been wrangling over who will be Prime Minister. Neither former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's Pakistan's Muslim League Nawaz nor the Pakistan's People's Party of Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, son of assassinated former Premier Benazir Bhutto, won enough seats to form a government alone. Independent candidates backed by jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan represent the largest group with 93 of the 264 parliamentary seats declared. An inconclusive vote has forced them to join forces and try to form a coalition in a parliament dominated by independents. However, analysts cast doubt on the sustainability of such a coalition, given the deep-seated divisions and lack of popular mandate.
How do I see things shaping up? I don't see this coalition government lasting for a long time. And quite frankly, given the accusations that have been made regarding the election, the integrity of the elections, I don't think any government which comes will be able to withstand the demand for other elections, better managed elections, more honest elections in the near future. So I don't think more than 6 to 9 months, and they'll have to go in for new elections.
The largest contingent in parliament comprises independent candidates allied with imprisoned former Prime Minister Imran Khan, further complicating the political landscape. As Pakistan teeters on the brink of uncertainty, the challenges it faces appear insurmountable for a government devoid of widespread support. Analysts warn that the forthcoming administration will struggle to assert its authority and enact meaningful reforms without the backing of the military, underscoring the country's fragile democratic foundations.
Well, there are two challenges. The first is economic, and the second is security. As far as economic challenges are concerned, I think they're much more important than the security challenges, which I think that the armed forces and the law enforcement agencies will be able to handle. As far as the economic problems are concerned, they are huge, they are vast.
Reports emerge of strategic planning by Imran Khan's party to consolidate power in key provinces, signaling intentions to wield influence despite electoral setbacks. However, legal challenges to election results persist, with Pakistan's courts dismissing over 30 petitions filed by defeated PTI-backed independents.
18 के करीब कैंडिडेट्स जिनका ताल्लुक पीटीआई से है, जिसमें एनए के और पीएस के उम्मीदवार शामिल हैं। 8 एनए और 10 पीएस, उनकी नुमाइंदगी हम और हमारा पैनल कर रहा था। सिंध हाई कोर्ट ने आज तमाम तर दरख्वास्तें निपटा दी डायरेक्शंस के साथ ईसीपी को कि जो पिटिशन्स हाई कोर्ट में फ़ाइल हुई हैं उनको ईसीपी तस्वुर करे कि जैसे वो इलेक्शन कमीशन में फ़ाइल हुई थी, और इलेक्शन कमीशन उनकी सुनवाई करते हुए, उन एड्रेस करते हुए उन कंप्लेंट्स को अपना फ़ैसला दे। और उम्मीद ये रखी जाती है कि वो एक्सपीडिशियसली ये काम करेगा, क्योंकि वैसे ही कानून में पोलिंग का दिन मुकम्मल होने के 14 दिन के अंदर नोटिफिकेशन निकलना होता है रिटर्न कैंडिडेट का। तो 14 दिन का ही तस्वुर रखा गया है जहन में कि उसके अंदर फ़ैसला आ जाएगा।
In the face of mounting turmoil, Pakistan confronts a pivotal moment of introspection and reckoning. Political instability and lawlessness threaten to push the nation to the brink, casting a shadow over the future of democracy in the country as it stands precariously on the edge of uncertainty.
Despite constitutional guarantees of religious freedom, Ahmadis continue to endure relentless violence, discrimination and mistreatment in Pakistan. Recent events, including a mob attack on an Ahmadi mosque in the Kotli district of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, underscore the grave challenges confronting this minority group. Let's explore the details of this ongoing crisis in our special report.
In Pakistan, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community has endured a prolonged history of persecution, religious discrimination, and mistreatment. The country, despite having the ability of means to protect and safeguard the human rights of its citizens, has not only failed to perform its duties Rather, it has become a tool of obsession of rights of the Ahmadiyya community. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a branch of Islam founded in the Punjab region of India by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in 1889. Ahmadis are considered non-Muslims by many mainstream Muslims since they consider Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the founder of the movement, to be the promised Mahdi and Masiha awaited by the Muslims. In a recent disturbing incident, a mob of over 50 Muslims armed with hammers, shovels and sticks attacked an Ahmadi mosque situated in the Kotli district of Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The assault resulted in injuries to at least 8 worshippers, including 5 women, and the complete destruction of all the 4 minarets of the mosque. Amjad Ayub Mirza, a political activist from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, claimed that the recent incident was a build-up of Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz Khatm-e-Nabuwat, an Islamist organization that aims to protect the finality of prophethood.
This has not happened suddenly. It is a build-up. It is a result of a build-up by Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz Khatm-e-Nabuwat and other Islamic organizations that have been campaigning parallel to the Joint Awami Action Committee boycott bill campaign, boycott electricity bills campaign. It has been going on parallel to that. In fact, it's intensified after the civil disobedience movement started to gain momentum in POJK. So firstly, the purpose of Tahaffuz Tehreek-e-Khatm-e-Nabuwat, which is the movement for the protection of the finality of the Prophet Muhammad, that movement has always been used in Pakistan and Pakistani occupied territories like POJK to divert the attention of the masses, to present as a preamble for crackdowns and on the democratic movement. And it comes as no surprise to me that now the Ahmadiyya Mosque in Bhabra in Kotli has been attacked on the 12th of February.
Ahmadiyya Muslims reportedly comprise 4 million people in Pakistan's predominantly Sunni Muslim population of 220 million. The Constitution declares Pakistan to be an Islamic republic and Islam to be the state religion, but guarantees the freedom of religion to the country's religious minorities. However, Ahmadiyya freedom of religion has been curtailed by a series of ordinances, acts and constitutional amendments. In 1974, the Pakistani government introduced a constitutional amendment declaring Ahmadis, whom it refers to using the derogatory term Qadianis, as non-Muslims. 10 years later, in 1984, the country adopted a legal ordinance making it a criminal offence for Ahmadis to refer to themselves as Muslims. According to the community's records, in 2020 alone, 164 Ahmadi gravestones were desecrated and 48 similar incidents were documented in 2021. Perpetual fear of being targeted or accused of blasphemy has caused many Ahmadis to flee to different countries.
The Ahmadi community is a very peaceful community in Pakistan. They have never been involved in any terrorist incident. They keep themselves to their business. It is this handful of people supported, funded and guided by the Pakistan intelligence agencies, ISI, the Pakistan military and those who are stationed, the Pakistan military commanders who are stationed inside POJK, they give them encouragement to commit these atrocities.
Pakistan makes every effort to present itself as a savior of minorities and misses no opportunity to pat its back before the international community. However, the reality is far contrary to the hefty claims made by Pakistan's government. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the international community that cares about safeguarding human rights to take the appropriate action. It is urgent that the world community act now to prevent the complete eradication of minorities from Pakistan before it's too late.
Let's shift our focus to India's union territory of Jammu and Kashmir, where the Jammu and Kashmir police have scored a major victory against terrorism. In a swift operation, authorities have apprehended the mastermind behind the horrific attack in Srinagar that claimed the life of 2 migrant workers from Punjab. Let's delve into the details of this significant breakthrough in our next report.
The Jammu and Kashmir police have achieved a significant breakthrough following the recent terror attack in Srinagar, the capital city of Jammu and Kashmir. In a remarkable display of efficiency, the police managed to apprehend Adil Manzoor Langu, the terrorist responsible for the heinous killings of 2 laborers from Punjab in Srinagar. During a press conference, IGP Kashmir V.K. Bhirdi revealed that Adil Manzoor Langu was acting under the instructions of a Pakistani handler who had sanctioned attacks within Srinagar.
इसी सिलसिले में FIR नंबर 8/2024 पुलिस स्टेशन शहीदगंज में दर्ज हुआ जेरे दफ़ा 302, 307 और रेलिवेंट सेक्शन ऑफ UAPA एक्ट में। और इसके बाद ये दोनों जो हैं श्रीनगर पुलिस ने काफ़ी मुस्तैदी से और प्रोफेशनल तरीके से इसमें एक टीम का गठन किया गया, फील्ड और टेक्निकल एनालिसिस किया गया जिसमें काफ़ी मेहनत गई और उस दौरान काफ़ी क्लिंचिंग एविडेंस उनके पेशरफ्त हुए और इन क्लिंचिंग एविडेंस के आधार पे इन्होंने कुछ सस्पेक्ट्स राउंड अप करे। इसी असना में जो मेन कल्प्रिट है इसमें जो इन्वॉल्व है जिसका नाम है आदिल मंजूर लंगू, जो कि जालडगर श्रीनगर का ही रहने वाला है, उसका रोल उजागर हुआ और क्लिंचिंग एविडेंस के आधार पे उसको अरेस्ट किया गया। इसमें जो है ये मेन सस्पेक्ट जो था, जो कि मेन एक्यूज बना बाद में, उसने कॉन्स्पिरेसी करी। ही वॉज इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद हिज हैंडलर अक्रॉस इन पाकिस्तान एंड ही हैज इम्प्रेस्ड अपॉन हिम टू डू सम टेरर अटैक हियर इन श्रीनगर। वेपन ऑफ ऑफेंस वॉज ऑल्सो प्रोवाइडेड बाय हिम to this fellow who later on conducted this terror attack on 7th of February.
The incident occurred on February 7 when terrorists opened fire on 2 migrant workers from Amritsar, Punjab in the Shala Kedal area of Shahidganj, Srinagar. Tragically, Amritpal lost his life on the spot while Rohit succumbed to his injuries during treatment at the hospital.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਵੀ ਵੇਖੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਦੀ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸੀ। ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਫਿਰ ਘਰੋਂ ਫੋਨ ਗਏ, ਫਿਰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਗੋਲੀ ਲੱਗ ਗਈ ਆ। ਇੰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਿਆ ਆ, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ। ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਗਲਤ ਆ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੂਰਿਸਟ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗੋਲੀ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਜਾਊਗਾ। ਇੱਧਰ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ, ਇੱਧਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ। ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਦਦ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ। ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਜਲੰਧਰ ਕਿਰਾਏ ਤੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਇੱਕ ਫੈਕਟਰੀ 'ਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਮਦਦ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ।
This attack marked the first instance of terrorists targeting non-locals in Kashmir this year. However, it wasn't the only incident of its kind. Last year, Pakistan-backed terrorists launched several assaults on migrant workers in the valley. In October 2023, a non-local laborer from Bihar fell victim to a targeted attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama. In July, 3 laborers were injured in a terrorist attack in the Shopian district, while in May, a circus worker from Udhampur district was fatally shot. These attacks reflect a desperate attempt by Pakistan to instill fear and terror among the people of Kashmir, especially as the Union Territory has been experiencing significant socio-economic growth in recent years. Experts believe that Pakistan's objective is to perpetuate unrest in the valley by infiltrating terrorists. In response, hundreds of members from the minority community in Kashmir took to the streets demanding justice for the victim of terrorism. Since the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A in Jammu and Kashmir, security forces have intensified efforts to combat unlawful activities, particularly those aimed at disrupting peace and unity in the Union Territory. While Jammu and Kashmir undergoes rapid development, including infrastructure projects, increased tourism, and expanding business opportunities, these advancements directly challenge Pakistan's agenda. Consequently, Pakistan has redirected its focus towards radicalizing local Kashmiri individuals. Despite these challenges, security forces remain steadfast in their commitment to safeguarding the tranquility and harmony of the region, thwarting attempts to disrupt progress and stability.
And with that, we come to the end of this edition of Newsweek South Asia. We'll be back next week with more news, views and analysis from the subcontinent. Meanwhile, do keep writing to us at nwsa@anin.com. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of the entire production team of Newsweek South Asia. Goodbye and take care.